Today we're going to do a little bit of balance work before we get going. So as we start here, I want you to bring those feet right underneath the hips, so not quite touching each other, not quite shoulder width apart as you might for a squat, but right underneath those hips, nice and even. Then we're just going to take a couple seconds to center, get focused on our breath. We'll do a little bit of upper body stretching, and then we'll do a little bit of balance before we get moving. So first things first, let's take a second to find that mountain pose, nice and stable through the bottom of the feet, through all 10 toes. Pulling those hips right underneath the shoulders, so we're in one nice long line, and nice and long through the neck all the way out the top of the head. Those hands can be down by your side, facing your legs. They can face forward. You can just take that little bit of a power pose as we get started with the hands on the hips. Finding that comfortable position. And I want us to just take 3 nice and easy, deep breaths while we are stable and solid here. So we call it our mountain pose, nice and stable. Really feeling the ground through the bottom of the feet. And then we're going to start to move those arms as we inhale and exhale. So just a nice, easy up and down flow as you inhale, bringing them out up, stretching nice and long. As you exhale, pulling them back down and around. Just a couple times, just like that. That big inhale to bring us out, and that big exhale down and out. A couple more here. Maybe take a little bend in those knees as you sweep those arms up. Maybe take that little back bend as you bring the arms up overhead. Maybe moving a little faster or slower than me. Just base it on your breath today, wherever you're at. Give me 2 more nice deep breaths just like that. And at the tail end of that second one, I want you to keep those arms up overhead nice and high. So one more here, maybe inhale, and then we're going to hold those arms up nice and long towards the ceiling. Big stretch like you just got out of bed this morning, and you just stretch up nice and tall. And then go ahead and interlace those fingers, bring it down to the chest, press the palms forward, round out the spine towards that back wall. Nice big stretch there. Next big inhale takes us back up tall. One more time. Stretch long away from center. Lateral stretch next. Right hand comes down towards the leg. Left arm comes up over top. Nice big stretch here. Same thing other side. Inhale brings us through center. Left arm comes down. Right arm comes up over top. Nice big stretch there. One more time in each direction. Inhale through center. Down to that right side. And last time, second side. Inhale through center, exhale over to that second side. And then one more time brings us back to center. And then our exhale brings those arms down and around. As always, you can press the palms towards each other. You can interlace behind the back. That inhale pulls the shoulder blades together, the chest apart, lengthens through the spine, lifts the chin, and then that big exhale releases. Just kind of shake it out for a second, give the upper body a moment to readjust. And then, like I said, we're going to move into our balance. So once again, I want you to bring it to that mountain pose. We're super stable through the bottom of those feet, feeling all 10 toes and the ball and the heel of your foot on the mat. Now from here, we're just going to do a little bit of a side-to-side shift. So I want you to shift your weight onto that left foot and just slightly lift the right up off the mat. So we're starting nice and basic and simple. And then just side to side, take a little pause on that left side. And then take a little pause on that right side. So it's got a little mini hold here, just bringing that foot right up off the mat. And then we're going to get those calves warmed up. So this time, instead of lifting the foot, I want you to pull that heel up and keep those toes planted. So we're flexing through the calves here to lift that heel off the floor. Same thing, just shift back and forth once or twice more on each side. And that little flex as if you were bringing it up onto the toes, which we'll do next. All right. And then we're going to do both at once. So just very briefly, I want you to lift those heels, a little flex through the calves, and then back down onto the mat. So just lift the heels, tiny balance up on the ball of the foot, and then back down. And 2 more just like that. Lifting up, little balance, and then back down. And then last time, little lift. And then lower it down. All right, now we are going to move into our true form balance. We're going to start with our tree, and then we'll do just something a little bit more dynamic, and then we'll move into something different. So our tree, we're going to start on that right side. I want you to plant that right foot First option is gonna have those toes on the ground, that heel stays on that ankle, and we're still a little bit stable here. Second option brings us up to the calf, finding that balance, taking a second, strengthen the core. Third option, we're skipping that knee, so no pressure on the inside of the knee. If you need to, you can help that foot up and bring it onto that inner thigh. Now, when you get to that balanced position, whichever of those three works for you, then maybe you bring those hands to heart center. That next inhale maybe brings those arms out wide for a little bit of stability. And then if you're feeling good, maybe you lift those arms and that gaze up towards the ceiling to create even more instability there, a little more challenge. Strengthen through the core for 3, 2, bring those hands back to heart center, and then nice and easy, I want you to release that foot from wherever it is, and then bring it down to the ground. All right, shake out that standing leg. We're just gonna do that same thing on that second side before we move to our dynamic balance today. So shifting your weight onto that left side. Same 3 options for those feet. Those toes can be down, we can be on the calves. Don't forget we're skipping the knee, no pressure on the inside of the knee. Third option brings that foot all the way up to that inner thigh. Now maybe this side's a little different and you need to be down on the calf. If you were up on the thigh before, totally fine. Choose the one that works for you. Strengthen through the core. Maybe bring those hands to heart center. From there, when you feel stable, maybe bring those arms out wide. And same thing as before, if you're feeling good here, go ahead and lift those arms up into our full tree here. Maybe you lift the gaze for a little more challenge. Finding that strength through the core. 3, 2, pull those hands down to heart center. And then nice and easy from wherever you are, release that foot from the leg, bring it down, shake out that standing leg. Now, like I said, we've got our little bit of a dynamic balance next, so we're going to add some movement to the upper body, so challenging the legs a little bit. We're taking it back to that right side. We're going to take that left leg out at kind of an angle, and I'm going to start with my toe on the mat, but just all of my weight onto that right foot. From here, we're going to take those arms up overhead at a kind of diagonal. So I'm creating a nice long line from my fingertips down to that toe that's on the mat. So my torso is a little bit diagonal. Now from here, you can always tap your toe down, or for more challenge, lifting it up off of the mat. We've got that balance here. From here, we're pulling the elbows in and the knee in. So a little crunch, little core work, and then extending back out. Same thing, you can tap the toe down, or you can keep it floating up off the mat. A couple more just like that. Exhale to pull the elbows and the knee towards each other. Inhale to really lengthen here. Nice and long away from center. Exhale, pulls us towards the center, elbows and knees together. Inhale, really lengthens. 3 more just like that. Exhale, pulls us in. Try and keep that balance. Challenge yourself a little bit if you can. Inhale, lengthens. 2 more. Exhale, brings us in. Inhale, lengthen, strength. Last time, same thing. Exhale, brings us in. And inhale, really lengthens. Find that balance. Lift that toe up if it's down for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Shake out that standing leg. Give it just a second. And then last balance that we've got before we move into a little bit of yoga. Same thing on that other side. Shifting your weight onto that left foot. Take that right toe out. Once again, I'm going to start with mine on the mat, and then we'll adjust as we go. Put those arms up overhead. That nice narrow line from the fingertips all the way down to that toe. A little bit of a diagonal torso. Lift the toe if you're ready to. We're exhaling to pull the elbows towards the knee. We're inhaling to lengthen. Once again, you can float or tap that tongue. Exhale, pulls us in. Inhale, lengthens. Exhale, pulls us in, little balance. Keep the core strong. Inhale, lengthens. 3 more. Exhale, pulls us in. Inhale, lengthens. Nice and long. Float that toe if you can. Exhale, pulls us in. Inhale, lengthens. Nice. And then last one. Exhale, pulls us in. Inhale, lengthens. We're going to pause here. Same thing. Take it out long. Lift that toe if it's down. Find a little bit of balance. Strengthen through the core. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring that leg down. Shake it out a little bit. Get it moving. All right, I'm going to move to the front side of my mat. So taking my stance so that I have my space behind me. We're going to move into a little bit of yoga flow, and then we'll finish off today with our core work. So same as we started, we're going to inhale to take those arms out up. Nice and long away from center. Exhale, hold us forward. Lead with the chest as you go down. And then round out the spine at the bottom of that nice big stretch. Or maybe you start with those feet bent. Maybe you start with those legs alternating lengthening one and then the other. Taking just a second here and then forward fold. Our next inhale is going to take us to a halfway lift. Flat back on the spine. Exhale, fold us forward. Bend those knees, plant those hands, step it back into our high plank. So those feet come along behind us. We're up in this high plank. Keeping those hips low, keeping that lower back nice and stable and strong. From here, we're going to move through our chaturanga. So from the toes or the knees, keep the elbows closed, lower down, all the way down to the mat. Turn the toes over so the top of the feet meet the mat. Baby cobra. This lifts up about 3 inches up off of that mat. So just bring the chest up, keep the neck nice and neutral. A little bit higher here. Maybe an extra inch to put a little pressure through those palms. If it feels good, go ahead and lengthen those arms. Press all the way up into our full cobra. Nice big stretch through the front side of the body. Keep those knees down. Press the hips back towards the elbows. Arms are nice and long. Nice big stretch through the lower back. Lift those hips, turn the toes over. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. So taking a second here to get used to this. Taking a moment to pedal out those heels. Move the hips maybe side to side. Bring the ears between the biceps, so nice shoulder and chest stretch. Three-legged dog, right foot goes up and back. Taking just a second here, working on that balance again. So maybe a little extra lift, taking that moment to pause and think about where that right leg is. Bend that left knee just slightly. We're going to sweep the right leg forward into our lunge. So planting that foot down between those hands. And then we're bringing that back knee down. Top of that back foot meets the mat. Exhale, shift the hips forward. Inhale, shift the hips backwards, lengthens the front leg, lifts the front toes, moves forward at the hips. Nice big hamstring stretch here. Exhale, shift the hips forward. Plant those hands, curl the left toe under, lift the knee. Inhale, sweeps us up to our crescent lunge. Find that core strength that we found for those balance poses. Really lift those arms like we did in the very beginning. From here, we're moving to a warrior two. Left heel comes down, arms come open. Inhale, flips the front palm, reverse it. Peaceful warrior, lift it up and back. Nice big stretch through the front side to bottom. Exhale, cartwheels those arms back down towards the mat. Lift that left heel up. We're stepping the left forward to meet the right, forward fold. Same as where we started. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring it flat back, long spine, nice and long through the neck. Exhale, fold this forward. Those hands, step it back into a back leg position. Nice and long and strong here, taking that pause in our high plank. Keeping that lower back nice and stable and strong, keeping the shoulders right over the wrists. From the toes or knees, we're going to lower down, take it off if you need to, or keep those elbows nice and close all the way down to the mat. Baby cobra first. Lift the chest about 3 inches up off of the floor here. Give me an extra inch or two, press up just a little further. If it feels good, give it all the way into that cobra. Extra option here, upward facing dog. Putting pressure to the tops of the feet, lifting the thighs up off of the mat, putting all the pressure into the hands and the feet. Press those hips back, bring those knees down, child pose. Lift the hips, curl the toes under, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog on that left side, lift that left foot up and back. Taking that moment for a little bit of balance here. A little bit of strength and length. Bend that right knee, sweep that left foot forward into that lunge position. When you get there, drop that right knee, lift the top of that foot with the mat. Exhale, shift those hips forward, hip flexor stretch. Inhale, shift the hips backwards, lengthens that front leg, lifts that toe up off of the ground for that hamstring stretch, move forward the hips. Exhale, presses us back forward into that low lunge. Curl the right toe under, lift the knee. Crescent lunge, sweep those arms up, find that balance, find that strength through the core. Take a moment to pause here. Make sure you have that nice bend through that front knee. Making sure you're nice and long through the torso. Keeping that back leg as long as you can. Turn that right heel down, open up warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse it. Peaceful. Lift it up and back. Nice front side body stretch here. Ooh, next exhale, cartwheel this all the way down. Left hand comes down, right hand comes down, right heel comes up. Step those feet forward. Step the right forward to meet the left. All right, we're going to add to it here, so we're going to move a little faster for this first one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step those feet back into that high plank position. From the toes of the knees, we're lowering all the way down through our chaturanga. Let that chest meet the mat. Turn those toes over. Lift it up into your version of cobra or upward facing dog. Into child's pose. Press the hips back. Turn the toes under. Lift the hips. Press them up and back, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog on that right side. Lift that foot up and back, nice and long and strong. Bend that left knee, sweep that right foot forward. Drop that left knee. Exhale, shift those hips forward into that hip flexor stretch. Inhale, shift those hips backwards. Lift that front toe, hamstring stretch. Exhale, shift those hips forward. Plant those hands. Curl that left toe under. Lift the knee, sweep the arms up. From here, I want you to bring those palms together, pull them down towards center. Spinal twist. Take that left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Stack those palms on top of each other. A little bit of that extra challenge here. With that next inhale, I want you to challenge yourself. Strengthen your core. Lift that left elbow off of the knee and bring it right back to center behind your balance. Turn that left heel down, open those arms, warrior two. Flip the front palm, peaceful. Lift it up and back with that inhale. Our exhale, cartwheels us all the way down. Right hand, left heel. Left foot steps forward to meet the right, forward fold. Bring those big toes nice and close together. Our inhale sits us in the chair. Sit those hips back, lift those arms up, keep that chest high. We're gonna hold here for a moment. I want you to think about broadening through the collarbones and through the chest, lifting the arms higher as you can while we're keeping
Sarah, we can't hear you.
knees. We're gonna lower through our chaturanga, all the way to the mat. Inhale to press the chest up, cobra, upward facing dog, baby cobra. Whatever works for you, child's pose. Press those hips back towards the heels. Nicely stretch through the lower back. Lift the hips, curl the toes under, press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog on the left, lift that left foot up and back. Bend that right knee, sweep it forward. Let that right knee meet the mat. Top of the foot meets the mat. Exhale, press forward, hip flexor stretch. Inhale, shift those backwards. Lengthen that front leg, lift that front toe, hamstrings. Exhale, presses us forward. Curls that right toe under, plant those hands, lift that right knee. Sweep the arms up into that crescent lunge. Lengthen and strengthen through the core. Pull those palms together, bring down to the center. Right elbow comes to the outside of that left knee. Stack those palms on top of each other. Spinal twist here. Once again, with that next inhale, tense through the core. Lift the right elbow off of that left knee, and then try to bring it right back to center. Nice and long and strong. When you get there, next exhale brings us to our warrior two. Turn that heel down. Open those arms up nice and long. Inhale, flips it, and flips it up and back. Peaceful. Exhale, cartwheels us all the way down to the mat. Right foot comes forward to meet the left. Bring those big toes nice and close together. Chair pose here. Inhale, sits those hips back, sweep those arms up. Little hold. Taking that second. Can you get a half inch lower? Can you lift the chest a little bit more? Find that strength through the back. Exhale to fold it forward. Lift those hips. All right, nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back on one. Exhale, fold it forward. Plant those hands. Step back into that plank. We're going to pause here. We're going to do a little tiny bit of plank work. So I want you to take those feet nice and wide. Take those hands right underneath the shoulders. We're in this nice, stable, and strong plank. From here, we're going to bring it to a really slow and controlled mountain climber. So that left knee comes right in between those elbows, nice and controlled with our exhale. Our inhale lengthens. Taking the other side. Right knee comes in, and we inhale, lengthen just like that. Balance that we did. Our exhale pulls us towards the center. Our inhale lengthens us nice and long. Keep it going just like that. Exhale pulls you in. Inhale lengthens. About another 10 seconds here. Keep those knees moving. Keep the shoulders over the wrists. You got it. A little break after this. You got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to that high plank. Toes or knees. lower through our tongue and the chest comes down to the mat. We're all the way down on that mat. From here, take those arms out overhead. All right. Keeping the tops of the feet planted on the mat. I want you to go ahead and lift those arms, lift that chest. We got a little bit of lower back work coming in here. We're lifted off of the mat with our torso. The feet are planted. The neck is neutral. Bend at the elbows, pull them down towards your sides, just like you would do a lap pull down on your seat. Pull the shoulder blades together. Lift the hands a little bit higher off the mat if you can. Keeping the chest lifted. Keeping those feet planted. Inhale to extend those arms out long. Exhale to lower down. Time to little break. Inhale lifts us back up. Just the torso once again. Keep the feet planted. Pull those elbows down towards your sides. Pull the shoulder blades together when you get there. Now, if you want to take this up a notch, you're going to hold here for a second. You can lift those feet right here. We're in that little bit of a hollow hold or Superman hold here. Those arms are in by the side. Next inhale, lengthen those arms, and we lower down onto the mat. From here, just pull those hands right outside the chest. So keep the chest down, bring those hands in, just like we're going to do a push-up. We got our swan next. Lift those hands about an inch off of the mat. Lift the torso. Nice and inhale. Next exhale, plant those hands, press it up into our cobra. Next exhale, nice and easy, lowers us down. One more time, just like that. Lift those hands about 2 inches up off of the mat. Active lift with the spine. Next exhale, plant those hands, press it up into that cobra. And nice and easy, go ahead and lower it down. We're going to finish out this little mini back series with our swimming. You can always take it to an X lift, opposite arm, opposite leg. Lengthen those arms out here. Feet can stay planted if you need them to. Right, we'll lift up in both directions. That Superman hold here. And then we've got our opposite arm, opposite leg movement, getting them going as if we're trying to stay on top of that body of water, like we're swimming. Again, always an option to just find that exit if you've got any kind of lower back pain, taking it down a notch there. You can always leave those feet down. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale to lower it down. Pull those hands in. Give me that baby cobra lift. Exhale to press all the way up into that cobra. Keep those knees down. Press the hips back. Child's pose. Taking just a moment in this child's pose here before we transition away. If it feels good, maybe you walk those hands over the right side of that mat, opening up through the left side of the body. Taking just a moment there. Check you guys out. And if you found that one, go ahead and shift through center over to the left side of the mat. If you're still in center, you can do it right where it is. And then go ahead and bring those hands back to the mat. Lift those hips, curl the toes under, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Little stretching to our pigeon here is to take that right foot. I want you to bring it as if you're going to do a mountain climber, and then set that shin down onto the mat. Let that left knee come down, top of that left foot meet the mat. We're going to inhale to lift that just a little bit here. So we're still working through the back, we're still lengthening just like we would in our chair pose. And then we're going to exhale to sink into this. So sink those hips down, bring those hands to the mat. Maybe you bring it down to the elbows. Maybe you feel good, you bring it down so the forehead meets the mat. Take it a second there. In that half pigeon. If you brought it down onto the mat, then bring it back up to the stance. We're going to curl that left toe under and lift the knee. As the hips go up, that right foot's going to go back to the left foot, bringing it back to our downward facing dog. Same thing on that other side. That left foot comes forward as if we're going into that mountain climber. Instead, we set that shin down. We sit those hips down at the top of that right foot, meet the mat. First, we're going to sit up nice and tall. Use those muscles of the spinal column to bring the chest broad. Same thing, just like you were in that chair pose. Next, big exhale washes us into this, brings us forward, and maybe keep the elbows. Maybe you're still on those hands, that's totally fine. Maybe bring it all the way down. Just making sure you're sitting those hips down right in the center. All right, we're going to use this as opposed to transition over onto our back. So if you're down on those elbows, go ahead and bring it up to the palms. From here, we're gonna roll onto that left hip, and we're gonna circle that right leg around so that we are on the other side. So we're on our backs here. Bend those knees and plant those feet. And then I want you to just nice and easy bring it down onto the mat. So we've got a nice long spine. I want you to think about pressing the lower back into the mat. I want you to think about pressing the palm into the mat or into the floor on either side of the mat. And I want you to think about pressing the bottoms of those feet into the mat. So we're pressing down on the floor as if we can move it down a couple of inches. Pressing the back of the head down. Our next exhale releases and relaxes all of that pressure, all of those muscles. Go ahead and pull those knees in towards the chest. All right, from here, take that right foot up towards the ceiling. Keep that left leg out long, about 3 to 6 inches up off of the floor. Left leg can go up a little higher if you need this to be a little easier. We've got our straight leg stretch. We're going to hands either to that top or to that side. Lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. We've got a double pulse and a scissor to switch. Pulse, pulse, scissor to switch. Move at your own pace here. Pulse, pulse, scissor to switch. Keep it going. Try and keep about a tennis ball size space between the chin and the chest. We're not moving the head by crunching the neck in. We're keeping the neck nice and neutral and long. Keeping it moving here. Scissor to switch. Double pulse. We're going to switch this right into our single leg stretch. So next time you pull that right leg in, I want you to keep that left leg long, bend that right knee. From here, as always, those feet are going to meet out long. So right foot out to meet the left. They're long for a moment, and then that left foot comes in. The higher those legs are, the easier this one will be. The lower towards the mat they are, the harder this one will be. Keeping it moving, try and keep the head and shoulders off the mat for more challenge. If you need to release them down, you totally can. Keeping that core nice and long and strong. Keep breathing here. Make sure those feet meet out long. Don't cheat and scissor them back and forth. They should pause out long for a second. We've got another 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees, plant those feet. All right, nice. We're going to keep going with this. You got a little more core, keep it working. We're going to do 2 roll-ups, and then we're going to get up tall. Our inhale takes those arms overhead. Our exhale circles those arms around as we roll up off of that mat to nice long spine. Inhale, lengthens. Exhale, rolls us down. One more time. Just like that, we're keeping the mat. That inhale brings those arms overhead. Our exhale circles them around as we roll up. And then we're going to meet up tall. So we're going to inhale at the top of that long spine, and then keep it up here, seated up nice and tall. Keep those arms out nice and long, and then we're just going to kind of sit it halfway back to our 45-degree angle. So keep that long spine, and just sink it halfway back at that 45-degree angle. From here, go ahead and pull those hands in towards the chest. So as if you're like holding a weight here or something, a little bit of space between each other. Then go ahead and lengthen them one more time. Pull them in towards the chest, keep that angle with the spine. And then we've got our Russian twist here. Nice and slow and control. Shoulders turn towards that side wall. Keep that spine long. Inhale brings us through center, and we bring it over to that other side. Trying to keep that 45-degree angle, not aiming to necessarily get those hands to the floor, but really thinking about turning those shoulders out towards that side wall. Maybe about another 10 seconds here, moving nice and controlled. Keep that long spine, keep that 45-degree angle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit it up tall. Take that pressure off the core, sit up onto those hip bones, give yourself a second. Take those hands right behind the hips. Inhale to open up the chest, pull that head fall back. Exhale to bring it forward, raise the torso onto those legs. Look in a little more if you need to. And then go ahead and bring it back to center. All right, from here, we're going to find that 45-degree angle one more time. So go ahead and lengthen those arms, lengthen that spine, sit it back just halfway here. Now, instead of having those hands in, this time we're going to have those arms out long. So as you twist, I'm going to take that right hand, tap it behind you, open up through the chest. Our inhale brings us back through center, then we're bringing it over that other side. So almost the exact same thing, but we're just moving those arms this time. We're opening up, kind of like our modified saw. Same thing, nice and slow and controlled. Keep it moving here. Try to keep that angle on the spine. Who's got this? You know, that forefront is tired already. Keep going, keep going. Mine is definitely working here. About another 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Try and keep that leg that spine. Don't let that lower back round out. If you need to bring it up a little bit, you can. For another 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time we're rolling it back. Pulling those knees in towards the chest. Take a second here, give that core a tiny little break. Maybe roll a little bit side to side, or in a little bit of a circle. Give that core back a nice massage. Taking a second to take a break there. All right, awesome. Okay. We're gonna keep moving here. We're gonna get a little bit more core work in before we finish out today. So stick with me. You guys are so strong. I know it, but you guys got this. It's gonna be great. We're gonna modify up that single leg stretch that we did before, where the one knee was in towards the chest and then that out long. So from this position, keep those knees in, lift the head and shoulders up off of that mat. Head in a little ball, scrunch it in nice and tight. Same as our balance pose. We're gonna inhale, we're gonna exhale, pull towards center. So our inhale, lengthens us out in both directions. Our exhale pulls those knees and those arms back into center to that little ball. Our inhale lengthens, and our exhale pulls us in. Now, this will be a little easier as you inhale and lengthen. Take those feet up a little bit higher. If you need to be a little bit more challenged, as you inhale and lengthen, take them down super low. Take them 2 inches from the floor. Keep moving here at your own pace with your breath. Your inhale finds that length. Your exhale pulls you in towards center. Try to keep that tennis ball size space between the chin and the chest still. So don't lift with the head and the neck, lift with the torso, lift with the core. You've got about another 10 seconds here. Keep moving nice and smooth, nice and easy. Inhale, lengthens. Exhale, pulls us into center. Give me 2 more. Last one. Give me 1 more. Inhale to lengthen. And our exhale pulls us in and we release and relax. Like you guys. All right, we're gonna hit a little bit of oblique work next. So option 1, bring those feet down to the mat. Those hands come behind the head, the elbows are out long. Now this is our little bit easier option. I want us all to start with this, and then if you're ready, when we move up, I'll let you know how to move it up. We're gonna bring the left elbow and the right knee towards each other, and then we're gonna bring it back down. So this is our really modified bicycle here. Those feet start on the ground, we're still pulling the opposite elbow and the opposite knee towards each other. About 10 more seconds in this one, and then when you're ready, you can move it up just a notch. All right, now instead of having that opposite side foot planted, we're going to lengthen it. We're going to lift that same side foot up to that 90-degree angle. We've got our full bicycle or our crisscross. Here's option 2 to take it up a notch. Same as before, the lower and the longer you take that long leg, the more difficult this one is going to be. You can still be in that foot planted version of it if you need to be. We've got about 15 more seconds in this. Keeping it slow and controlled, side to side, elbow to knee. Keep breathing. We've got another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and pull the into the chest. Take a second. Grab a breather. All right, we got 1 more core front exercise. Before we get to it, we're going to hit a little posterior take. Then we'll hit that last core front exercise, and then we'll stretch that for the day. So go ahead and bend those feet, and then bring those hips up. Like I said, we got to hit that posterior take. We got to hit those glutes. So while we're here, press those feet into the floor once again. Activate through all the muscles of the legs. Activate through the muscles in the core. Making sure that none of them are relaxing. This might not be a super challenging exercise for you to keep the hips up high, but you can make it more challenging by making sure to activate those muscles. Press those palms into the floor. Now, if you're ready to take this up a notch, keep those hips. Then we're going to march those knees in, keeping the knee bent. So opposite side, vertical in. Keep the hips even so don't let one side drop as you lift that leg. Keep moving here. All right, we're going to change that range of motion up a little bit. Instead of marching the knee in, we're going to lengthen one leg, and then we're going to bend it and plant. Lengthen the other leg, bend it and plant. Keep those hips high. If they're drifting down, bring them up a little bit. Keep working, keep working. Awesome job, you guys. All right, last change. Take that right leg, lengthen down towards the opposite wall. From here, lift it up towards the ceiling. And then bring it back down towards the opposite wall. A couple of these, just like this. Lengthen the leg up towards the ceiling. Keep the hips high, bring the leg down. Give me another 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. Plant that right leg. Lift that left. Last thing here. Same thing on that left side. Now lift and lower. Here we go. Here we go. Couple more seconds. And our last core front exercise. Then we're done for the day. Give me another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant those feet. Let those hips come down. Nice work, guys. Whew. There you go. As promised, final core front exercises that are leg lowers to finish us out. We are going to do sits. Take those feet up towards the ceiling. Hands can come out of that A-frame. A little bit more of a modification with your hands under the hips. Here we go. Lower those legs down. Find a whole ton of legs from fingertip or from head to toes. And then inhale to bring it back up towards the ceiling. There's 1. Bring it down for 2. And then bring it back up. Down for 3. Little pause. And then back up. 3 more. Down for 4. Little pause at the tail end all the way down here. And then bring it back up. 2 more. Down for 5. Little pause. Bring it back up. Final 1. You get a little longer of a pause. Bring those feet down. Keep them out long. Lift the head and shoulders if you can. Tiny little pause and then there. Exhale, brings it back up. Pull those knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little break. Nice work, you guys. Woo. Way to go today. Whole ton of core work for us there to finish out. Nice and awesome. From here, let's bring it up to seated. You can either roll to one side and press it up, or you can roll right up over those feet to bring it up to that comfortable seated position. All right, give me just a couple spinal twists when you get there. Take it over to one side, twist, and then through the center over to that other side. Give me 1 more in each direction. And then bring it back to center. Whew. Big inhale, bring those arms out now. 1 lateral stretch in each direction. Right hand comes down to the mat, left arm comes up over top. Big inhale brings us through center. Same thing, other side. Our last big inhale brings us back up to center. When you get to the top, pull those palms together. Exhale, bring them down to heart center. Great work today, you guys. Thank you as always for sharing your Wednesday morning, afternoon with me. Have an awesome rest of your day and week. I hope to see some of you tomorrow. The light and the honors, the light and you. Bowing as we say, namaste. All right.